Do you know what I hate? I hate seeing the price of grapes at the grocery store. They are so expensive. And I know that I can grow them and save them and do so many things with them. So let's learn how we can make more grape plants out of one little twig. 3 easy steps and you will be creating a new grape plant in no time. Hey, before we begin, I gotta give my shout out to my favorite sponsors, Merit Medical and Red Butte Garden, for making videos like this possible. You know what I always ask you to do? Hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and shoot us a comment in the bottom if you have any questions after. Now, if you have some more forethought and you're like a real planner, unlike me, you can mark the grapevine that you loved the year before that had the most production, and then that way you have the highest quality, highest yielding vine that you're going to cut from to propagate. Now, I don't necessarily need more grape plants because they take up a lot of space. You really need a good bandwidth of 8 to 10 feet for those laterals or the plant vines to grow. So make sure when you're thinking about space and location that you have the space and location for your grape. Or you can give it to a friend and show them how cool you are because you just propagated your own grapes. So right now it's about 48 degrees in Holiday. Again, not quite when I want to prune my whole wall of grapes, but I do want to start some grapes so they're ready to be planted come April or May. What I'm going to look for first is some healthy vines. You're looking for about a pencil width. You don't want something real thick. You don't want something real woody. You want it kind of this light color. Okay, so I'm going to cut back here. So what I'm going to look for are the little nodes of the grapevine right here. And I like to tend to get about 3 nodes. One, the very bottom one, I'm going to cut real close to, and that's where the roots are going to come out. And then this is where the leaves will come out when it starts leafing out. I'm looking for about 16 to 18, even 12 inches, but really like to have at least 3 nodes. So with that, look at this branch. Let's see how many we're going to get. So first, this first node right here, I'm just going to cut right below it. That way I know this is the bottom. This is very important. You want to know where the bottom is. Then I'll cut this one in the middle. 1, 2, 3, cut in the middle. And the only reason I would cut in the middle is just so that I know which way is top. So bottom, right next to the node, top is kind of somewhere in the middle. So here's grape plant number 1. But if you know about pruning grapes, I could probably get at least 500 plants off of this. I don't want 500 plants. I want 2 or 3 plants. Let's think realistic. So here I have my stems. I'm actually going to cut these guys down too because I want to save some space. Now that I know which way is top and which way is bottom, here's my bottom. Now, I know all of you just happen to have a baggie with a wet paper towel in it hanging in your pocket. And if you do, then you can go like this. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take my bottom node's right here. I'm going to take my wet paper towel. I'm going to wrap it up nice and tight. And I'm going to throw it back in my Ziploc bag, zip it up, and then I'm going to put this in a dark place in my basement. I'll check on it. I have it in my laundry room in a space where I'll see it. And about every week, I'll just make sure this paper towel is wet. In about 4 weeks, you'll take off the paper towel, and guess what you're gonna have? Roots, baby. We're gonna have roots and 2 new grape plants without doing much work.
It's been a few months, and honestly, it's been longer than what it usually takes for me to root these, and it's because I cut them too early. I started in February. We were trying to film and get things ready to go, and we should have waited until March. But I still have roots, and this guy has leaves. Even though one does not have roots, it still is starting to grow them. You have these little white dots right here. Those are telling you that it's generating roots right in that space. So if I leave this a little longer, I'll get some roots out of it. And this one just barely budding and just barely has a root. Even though it's really small, I'm going to plant him in a pot and just watch how he grows. So these are my 2 little sticks. Now I propagated them and they're going to become grapes. So because the roots are this tiny, I would not put this directly in the ground. I'm going to baby it for a little bit longer and make sure that it develops a little stronger root stock. But meanwhile, if you do have long roots, go for it. I put them in the ground all the time, but this guy is just a little too teeny. So I just have myself a pot, some nice dirt, I'm gonna be very gentle, putting it in there. And then I'll give it some water, and probably in about 4 weeks, it'll be ready to plant. This one, I'm gonna probably stick back in the cupboard for a little longer and get those roots generating. Hope you enjoyed this episode. See you next time.